Hello guys, welcome back to a new video, and in this video I'm going to cover how to solve division problems involving a zero in the quotient. So this is a very important skill to teach you what to do when a zero appears in the quotient. So a zero in the answer. This is a type of problem where some common mistakes are made. So we're going to go through a couple of examples here to show us what to look out for. So we'll go through these two examples together to get this down. So let's jump into number one, where we have 1204 divided by 6. So the first step we're going to take, of course, is we are going to set the problem up. So we're going to divide 1204 or 1204 by 6. So write it down like this. 4, like this. So as you can see here, I wrote down the 5 steps we're going to take to get to our final answer. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to divide. So how many times does 6 fit into 1? Well, 6 doesn't fit into 1, so we have to make use of the 2 next to it. So then we can see this as a 12. So how many times does 6 fit into 12? Well, 6 fits exactly 2 times into 12, because 6 times 2 equals 12. So what we can do is we can write a 2 right here. So, and this is going to be our quotient. Here is going to be our final answer. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 times 6. Well, 2 times 6 equals 12, as I just did here. And we can write this down below. And now we're going to subtract these two. So 12 minus 12 will equal 0. Well, as you can see, after the subtraction, we have to bring down. So now we get 0, 0. And this is where a lot of people get stuck, because 6 doesn't fit any times into 0. So this is where people get stuck and don't know what to do. But this is just a very simple thing we have to do. We just have to do like this. We just have to fill in a 0. So we do, how many times does 6 fit into 0? Well, of course 0 times, so we can just write it down like this. It doesn't have to be hard. So now, of course, we just do the normal steps, like multiply, so 0 times 6 equals 0, of course, like this. And now we have to subtract. So we're going to do 0 minus 0. 0 minus 0 equals 0, of course. And now to the final step, we have to bring down, like this. So we get 0, 4. And now, for the last time, we're going to repeat. So how many times does 6 fit into 0, 4? Well, of course, again, 0 times. So we can write the 0 down right here. And let's move this problem a bit more up so we have enough space, like this. So 0 times, again, we multiply 6 by 0. This will equal 0. And we're going to do 4 minus 0. And this will equal 4. And as you can see, we're already getting into an endless cycle of just going to 4 and then 0 and then 4. But this means we can't get to a clean-cut 0, so we're gonna have to do a remainder in our quotient. So, and 4 will be our remainder. So our answer will be the quotient, what we have here. So 200, and then our remainder of 4. So remainder 4. And this will be our final answer of the first example. So, again, this is very easy to understand. You just have to get over the fact that you can write a 0 down in your final answer. So, let's go to the second example. For the second example, we have 2405 divided by 8. So, first thing we're going to do, of course, is we're going to set up this problem. So, 8 and 2405. So, the first step we're going to take, again, is we're going to see how many times 8 fits into 2. Well, doesn't fit, so we have to make the 2 a 24 like this. So we're going to use these two. So how many times does 8 fit into 24? Well, fit 8 fits 3 times into 24. And don't forget, you have to write the 3 above the 4 because we use 24 and not just 2. So now we have to multiply 8 times 3. 8 times 3. This will equal exactly 24. So now we have to write this down here and we can subtract. So we're going to do 4 minus 4 equals 0 and 2 minus 2 equals 0. So, and as you can see here, again, we end up on a 0. So now we have to bring down like this. And as you can see, we have 3 zeros. But this doesn't make anything harder or more difficult because we can just follow the steps and again get to our final answer. So now again we just have to repeat and see how many times does 8 fit into 0 or triple 0. So of course 8 fits 0 times into 0. So we're gonna write the 0 down here. Now we have to multiply again, so 8 times 0 will equal 0, and we can put this down here and subtract. So 0 minus 0 will equal 0, and now we're going to bring down our final digit. So we get 0, 5. And now for the last time, we're going to repeat once again. So we're going to do how many times does 8 fit into 5? And of course, again, this equals 0. So as you can see, again, this will get us into an endless cycle again. But well, I'm going to do the last couple of steps before I get into that. So we have 0, 5, and 8 fits 0 times into 5. So now we're going to multiply 0 times 8. This will equal 0. We're going to subtract, and 5 minus 0 equals 5. And now, as you can see, exactly same as the last one. Draw a little arrows right here and call them the same. They're basically the same, but just with different numbers. So as you can see, we basically did the exact same thing and got to the exact same problem at the end. We are getting into an endless cycle. If you're working with whole numbers and not with decimals or percents with long division, this doesn't make it any worse. This just gives us a remainder. Let's say we're working with a decimal or a percent, we couldn't have gotten a remainder. Then our answer would be wrong, because then we would want to keep our numbers, our digits, a decimal or a percent the whole way through the problem. But in this case, with just normal numbers, normal whole numbers, we can have a remainder. So in this case, again, we will have a remainder. So let's get to our final answer of 300 and then our remainder of 5. Like this. And this will be our final answer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a question in the comments, and as always guys, this was Mr. Mathz and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.